Before you'll start creating a new campaign, it's really important to have a target already set up. Think about the industry you want to reach, the location, size of the company, and who from those companies you'd like to contact. If you don't have a specific target, think about your current customers. Try to find any connection points between them, like the industry, size of the company, or even technology that is being used. For example, in Growbots, we focused on almost all B2B companies. But for the sake of our campaigns, we try to segment our current customers and figure out the best approach for the specific segment. Today, I want to reach out to SaaS and computer software companies with a headcount between 50 and 200, and I'd like to contact marketing directors. Today, I'd like to show you the process of targeting while creating a new campaign. We'll have to click on the campaigns, add new campaign, and the targeting will be relevant for persona-based and expert strategy campaigns. Today, we'll focus on the persona-based one. The first thing to do would be definitely to give the campaign a name, for example, based on the target that you're trying to reach out to, so it will make more sense in the future. On the first page, you'll be able to pick what kind of companies you'd like to reach out to. On the left side, you'll see all the filters that you can use, and on the right side, you'll see the estimated number of companies, and the number will be changing with every filter added. You can search for companies through detailed criteria or specific companies. And for example, we can search for any companies with a Google domain, but today we'll definitely focus on the detailed criteria. Industry filter, you can pick from multiple available industries. On the left side, you can pick one of the most general names like manufacturing, corporate, etc. If you'll click on the name on the right tab, you'll see branches or industries connected to the general one. If you'll click on the box next to all names, all the industries and branches will be selected. As we've decided on the target already, I'll go ahead and select SaaS and computer software as our industries. In the company keywords filter, I'd suggest using one of the free strategies. First, you can use this filter if you want to contact a type of company which you weren't able to pick from the industry filter. So maybe something very specific like gardening. You can see that the number of companies dropped significantly. That's because I've put a keyword with industry selected. So the application is searching for gardening companies within SaaS and computer software. If I'll unselect them, the number will grow. The second strategy would be to use the keyword to search for more specific companies. For example, I can search for any company that works with Salesforce using Salesforce as a keyword. The last strategy would be to use this filter to exclude some types of the companies. For example, I can exclude any cloud companies from my audience by putting a minus before the keyword and clicking enter. Office location is basically the location of your prospects, so usually it will bring you more results. Today, I like to contact people from the USA. But what if I'd like to exclude a state or a city? I can use the minus trick from the company keywords filter and exclude, for example, the state of Michigan. Company headcount is one of the most important filters as it can help you determine who would be the perfect person of contact from those companies. For example, if you'll be contacting small companies, you can feel free to reach out to CEOs and higher executives. But for mid-size or big companies, I recommend contacting directors or managers. It's best to have a pretty narrowed down headcount so it will be easier for you to mention information relevant for this type of company. Today, I'll select between 50 and 200 as the company headcount. The retail locations filter will be especially relevant if you'll be reaching out to either retail companies or, for example, restaurants. It's not really relevant in this case, so I leave it blank. The annual revenue filter can help you determine the annual revenue of the company. For example, today, let's focus on companies with revenue up to 100 million per year. The funding filter can help you reach out to companies that recently received funding. You can pick the time of the funding, stage, last, and total amount of the funds. But today, we'll leave it blank. The technologies filter can help you find specific companies who are using some specific technology on their website or on their front page. For example, I can search for companies that are using Salesforce by putting a Salesforce in the keywords bracket. I can also search for companies who are not using Salesforce by using the minus trick and putting minus before the keyword. Estimated page rank can help you search for popular or not so popular pages. This filter will be especially relevant for digital marketing companies that offers SEO. The year-founded filter can help you limit old companies from those which were just created. If we are happy with our picks, we can go to the next step to pick which prospects from those companies we'd like to reach out to. We have 3 main filters for that. You can focus on seniority and department, or go straight to the job positions filter. As we've already determined our target, today I'd like to focus on contacting marketing VPs and directors. So I'll go ahead and select marketing as the department. I'll also select VPs and directors as the seniority. But for example, I'd like to exclude any people who are connected to digital marketing. So in the job position filter, I'll use the minus trick and exclude the word digital. The next filter is called prospects keywords, and it can help you just search for more specific people. You can search for any keywords that people use on their LinkedIn profiles within their skills, summary, description, anything like this. And the last filter can help you limit the number of prospects generated per single company. As I've decided to go for marketing directors and VPs, I'll limit the number to 5 prospects per single company. If we are happy with our filtering, we can go to the next step called prospecting. But please remember that you can always go back either to companies or people and change the targeting if you'll find on the list any people or companies that are not really relevant.